We've got to do it a way that will last. If you're offering a 2-year warranty, you're probably hoping your roof will last at least 4. When you're going to do your roof, there's things that you need to know. You need to ask the right questions. That's the only way to do it, because if they were able to save you money, they're not going to use their best crew.
Like the valleys will probably one of the smallest areas in your roof, probably one of the most important ones.
And you're recording, so like you can edit all this out?
Yep.
Okay, and I can just do whatever I want?
Yep.
All right. Welcome to the If Roofs Could Talk vlog. I'm Adam, this is Mario. We work at Apex Roofing in Georgetown, Texas. We service the entire greater Austin metro. We are here today to talk to you guys about roof costs and what to expect in the coming year. Questions I'm getting a lot is, how is it that in 2015 roofs cost half as much as they do now and inflation's not at 100%? How is that possible? Why is roofing cost going up so quickly compared to other industries? There's a few reasons for this. Some of them are supply costs, and some of them are actually changes in the industry. We are putting roofs on a lot differently than we did 20 years ago. If we're still putting on roofs the same way we did 20 years ago, we haven't been growing with the industry, and the industry is changing. 20 years ago, everyone used 15-pound felt. It was very rare to see synthetic underlayment. Now, everyone should be using synthetic underlayment. There's a lot of differences between different roofs, and the cost is going up because people want to put on a roof that they can warranty for 10 years. I remember 20 years ago roofing, a 2-year warranty was standard operating procedure for all the roofing companies. Most companies do 5 or even 10 years now. At Apex, we have a 10-year warranty on everything we touch. In order to warranty a roof for 10 years, we've got to do it right. We've got to do it a way that will last. If you're offering a 2-year warranty, you're probably hoping your roof will last at least 4. We're doing a 10-year warranty, so we want our roofs to last 20. We need the workmanship to be near perfect. And in order for the workmanship to be near perfect, you pay a little extra. In order for the material to last that long and to be installed the right way, you have to train your guys, and you have to order more expensive material. We're not using metal in the valleys anymore. We're using ice and water shield. We're using high temp applications. We're using things that prevent leaking long term. We're wrapping every penetration in special material that goes under the shingle but over the penetration so that water cannot get in. We're using electro-galvanized nails with ring shanks in them instead of just standard electro-galvanized nails. We're using drip edge on every single project when that wasn't even in the IRC until 2017. 20 years ago, you didn't even have to have drip edge. Drip edge was like an expense that people didn't even want. Well, those folks without drip edge, their fascia's falling off their house now. The water's dripping down, and the roof is not lasting the amount of time it needs.
Cooling the roof's a lot better with, attic reason.
Yeah, and yes, and so yeah, good point. Builder grade houses, as Mario said, they don't
offer great ventilation.
They don't offer great ventilation. The attic's too hot. When the shingles are hot underneath, they never get to cool. When your attic's 140, 150 degrees, the shingles are always hot and they blister. One of your insurance companies comes out after you had a hailstorm and they look at it and say, this is blister, this is not hail. There's probably some hail mixed in, but they can't tell because your roof is so blistered from being hot for so long. Yeah. So we put extra expense into attic breeze or ridge vent or a proper ventilation system, right?
Putting on the best roof you can put on.
Putting on the best roof you can put on. That costs a little bit more money, but I'll tell you, it saves you in the long run. Mario, you have a lot of experience as a roof tech. I know now you're a senior project manager and you're doing great things, but for many years you were a roof technician and you fixed leaks and you assessed roofs. What was the biggest problem with those roofs when they had leaks? The roof wasn't even old, but it had issues and it was leaking and there was problems and the roof was, say, 7 or 8 years old. Why does that roof leak after 7 or 8 years?
More than likely, improper ventilation on the roof causes the shingles to deteriorate a lot faster than what they should have. It also causes delamination of some shingles, so you'll have a couple shingles start melting apart at the seam, and then you'll get a lot of repairs and leaks from that. Also, the vents that they use are plastic. They won't last in the Texas heat. Anything past a couple years, and they'll get cracks, and they'll be leak points at some point.
So when that roofer comes and knocks on your door and says, I want to do your roof, and then they let you determine the quality of the roof and they give you your good, better, best, your good isn't good. Your good is bad. Your good is improper ventilation. It's the cheapest roof they can do. It's 15-pound felt. It's maybe not even changing out the valley. It's perhaps not even putting drip edge on. It's doing it the absolute cut every possible corner we can. That's what good means in that scenario. Better, with better, they might actually do some upgrades, and they might actually give you the right kind of ventilation, and you might be able to get something good out of better. And the best, obviously, is going to be hopefully everything. If you have a good roofing company, it's going to be everything they can do to make this roof last. The price is going to determine the quality of your roof and how long it's going to last. It's going to determine when you go to sell your house and the home inspector comes by, it's going to determine whether they say you need a new roof or not, and whether you lose that $20,000 or $30,000 in your home sale because you have to have a new roof for the new owners to get insurance. There's a lot that can go wrong with a bad roof other than just leaking. Mario, what do you think top 2 or 3 components you want to have on your roof to make sure that you're getting the right roof?
You want to make sure you have ice and water in all your valleys, penetrations, horseshoe everything, proper ventilation, whether it be ridge vent, attic breeze, or any other part vent.
So we've got proper ventilation. The attic breeze is my favorite. We're not doing a spot for attic breeze right now, but attic breeze is a solar power ventilation unit with a lifetime warranty. It pulls air out of the attic at like what, 2,000 CFM or something like it. Depending on the model, it pulls out at different rates, but it clears out the attic air every few minutes instead of every few hours. So your attic stays at a similar, closer temperature to the outside ambient air.
They also have the gable vents as well.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Power attic vents.
power attic gable vents for your big gable houses where you don't want to necessarily have one on the top, and those don't leak. So that's super nice because they don't get rained on, and they really do pull the air through the attic. Those are really magnificent. For those of you who have gable roofs out there, when you're going to do your roof, there's things that you need to know. You need to ask the right questions. What kind of underlayment are you going to use? How many nails are you going to put in every shingle? What kind of drip edge are we going to use? Are we going to use a 2x2? Are we going to use a 2x3? Are we going to do the eaves and the rakes? How are we going to install it? Are we going to make sure that the felt is going over the drip edge on your eaves instead of under, so that when you go to get the home inspected, they pass? There's a lot of details in this, and so the price of your roof, you could pay a lot of money and get a really bad roof, and you could pay a little less and maybe get the best roof money could buy. It's really not about the money. It's about the quality. It's about asking the right questions. And that's where I would encourage you to call Apex or call the local roofing company. Call more than one. Find the common denominator between all of the people and what they're saying. Go online and do research on what's important, and don't get sold. Don't get sold by someone trying to sell you something. Find someone that's not trying to sell you something. There has been changes to prices though, so the quality of the roof is not the only thing that determines what your roof's gonna cost. I will tell you that every 4 or 5 months, I get an email from all my suppliers, and you guys know them, ABC Supply, SRS or Southern Shingles, it used to be called, Beacon. We use all these guys, Spec, we're using all these distributors. They all send the email at the same time. It's an industry-wide thing. Prices are going up 8% every 6 months, every 5 months. Sometimes 3 times a year we get that letter saying that across the board, 8 to 10% price increase on everything. That's happening all the time. So if your neighbor says, I got a roof last year, why is my roof cost $450 a square this year and $480 next year, and my neighbor and I use the same company, it's only a year apart? Well, we're paying more for the material 6 months later. A lot more, 8%. If something that costs $100 costs $108. We do everything we can at Apex to keep our prices reasonable. We want to be able to put on a roof with a 10-year warranty on it, no matter what this thing's going to be. For 10 years, you will not have an issue. Perfect, still looks new. For 10 years, and we want to be able to do it for a reasonable price. We want to be able to compete with a market that is putting on substandard roofs. At the end of the day, the prices go up. That does not mean our profit goes up. The profit margin on roofing has not changed in my 20 years. We aim for the same thing, and the goal is to be able to provide services and quality, maintaining crews. Right, a lot of the companies around are using different crews, right? We had this crew A, for a year, and they didn't work out. And so now we're on crew B. What happened with crew A for them not to work out? I will tell you that at Apex, we have had the same 3 main crews, and now y'all, a crew is not 10 guys and a roofer, a crew is 45 or 50 guys, okay? And they can distribute, if I need 10, they'll get me my 10. We've had the same crews for 3 years now. That's as long as I've been here. When I started here, I brought in my crews. The same crews have been with me for 10 years. 12, 15, and we got people that we can trust, and we've got guys that we recognize.
And there's value in that.
There's so much value in that. There's so much value in that. Does it cost a little more? Yeah, it does. But that savings goes straight to you. It goes straight to the quality of your roof. It goes straight to the quality of the products we put on. It goes straight to the certifications for our guys. That extra cost is real. It's not profit, but it is real. Like, it does help you. It helps everyone involved. It helps me because they trust me, and I can trust them. When you talk to your roofer, make sure they're not using a fresh crew, the first time crew. You want guys who have been with your team for a long time, that understand the way you think and can make decisions without you having to tell them exactly what to do. Adam wants me to do it this way, so I'm going to do it this way. Adam paid for me to go train with Certainteed and to get my Certainteed training. So when I install Certainteed, we're doing it this way. Adam paid for my IKO training. So we're going to install IKO exactly to spec, to standard, with the right nailing patterns, with everything perfect. And I don't have to tell them every job. We taught them, we made sure with 3 or 4 jobs that it was perfect. Now we don't have to think about it. It just happens. Helps to have a superintendent on every single job that makes sure it's happening too. And if one guy is squirrely and does something wrong, he can call it out. That's why we have drones flying on our jobs all day, and that's why we have a superintendent on every single job.
It's another level of quality control.
It's another level of quality control. We pay someone for quality control to make sure that these warranties are going to hold up. We don't want your roof to leak.
The quality control from our supervisors also ensures that all the Class Bs and the other pipes in your attic are connected before we leave.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, the superintendents do so much, y'all. The superintendent on our job, his name is Adam as well. We've been working together for a very long time, so I can like, he's like my right hand on the job. He knows exactly what to do. I can give him a look, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, gonna go do that. It comes with longevity, it comes with low turnover. Having the same guys working together for a long time is really helpful. You have to have the right kind of culture. Culture is really important. And culture is another thing that goes straight into the quality of the roof we put on. It goes straight into the customer.